the UK, we had a particularly difficult winter with just some of the most unpredictable weather. And at the end of the day, you still need to get to where you need to go. So more and more people are looking at all-wheel drive cars, but not necessarily wanting to step up into the SUVs. I know in Europe, lots of people really depend upon all-wheel drive. So Mini also recognise this, and with the launch of their new Mini Clubman comes a new variant of all-4, meaning all-wheel drive. It's the first time all-wheel drive has actually been offered on a car that isn't one of their SUVs. This rather fly-spattered machine, please do forgive it, it was driven last night over a good chunk of Europe, is the Mini Clubman All4, and more specifically than that, the Cooper SD model. That means it has a 2 litre turbocharged diesel engine producing 187 brake horsepower. Now, because of the all-wheel drive, the car actually launches a bit better, and it will get to 0 to 62 miles an hour faster than the standard car at 7.2 seconds. Unfortunately, the SD is only offered with an automatic gearbox, but you're not missing out too much really, because this auto is absolutely fantastic. Really, really responsive whenever activated via the paddles here during spirited driving, but also just very happy to select gears by itself, always an appropriate ratio, and it seems to be completely unflustered whenever, particularly through town, stop-start traffic, it knows what it's doing. And the changes are absolutely seamless as well. Now, as I've said in a previous review on the launch of this model, the new Clubman has become much more grown up than its predecessor. Inside you'll find plenty of high quality materials, interesting design architecture, and it's really a place that feels very premium. You get these really nice comfortable leather seats in this specification. You know, they hold you in place nicely, they're very comfortable on longer motorway journeys. You also get a variation of what is effectively a reskinned BMW iDrive, which is no bad thing because it's really easy to use. Widescreen display here with the touchpad and sort of joystick in the centre. Now, this being one of the bigger Minis, it means that there's actually space for adults in the back of the car as opposed to just children. Though the middle passenger does have that transmission hump to deal with, the outermost seats are very happy to, you know, sit adults for a lengthy period of time on the motorway. There's high levels of comfort back there and plenty of glass lets in natural light, so it never feels really stuffy or claustrophobic. Open the barn doors at the rear and you'll find
a usable 360 litres of boot space with a nice flat floor.
Rear visibility is okay, but it's sort of impaired by the two doors coming together in the middle. The reversing camera is something that is available. Now, there will be those people who complain, oh, you know, it's a big car, is it really a Mini? Fun fact, this car is actually shorter than a Volkswagen Golf, and it's just an optical illusion of the roofline that makes it look longer. Just because it's gained all-wheel drive doesn't mean that it's lost that Mini spirit, that keen handling, the willingness to change direction, and the weighting to the steering, particularly in sport mode where obviously you get the increased weighting to the steering and increased throttle response. The car actually handles really, really well. And the added weight seems to be quite negligible. You don't notice it all that much. Now, the way the all-wheel drive system works on this car is that power is sent to the front wheels the vast majority of the time, and then the rear wheels step in via an electronic differential when needed. So this is when traction is limited, for example, the back wheels will shove you along at the back. But then also if you're driving spiritedly, so whenever you throw it into a corner, you can feel that you've got this extra sense of stability and grip through the corners. That's one of the big things with this car. There is a vast quantity of grip whenever you throw it into a high-speed corner. And you can feel it sort of shuffle the power around as you go around, and it helps actually sling you into the apex a little bit better. Visually, the Mini Clubman has gone very upmarket with its much more curvaceous look that's in fitting with the new hatchback. Big round headlights and little neat details across the body. It's very Mini, and it's actually quite premium. I have to say, I really like this new tone of blue which has just been introduced with this model. As I mentioned earlier, I drove over 500 kilometres across Europe yesterday. I have to say, it was a really comfortable, pleasant drive. Yes, these larger alloy wheels do introduce a little bit more road noise into the cabin, but on the whole, refinement level's really good. There's not very much engine noise, a little bit of wind noise, but again, nothing really to write home about. It's a real mile muncher. It will very happily sit there, set the cruise control, and just absolutely gobble up the distance.
400 Newton meters of torque makes for strong overtaking manoeuvres.
Yes, the car does ride slightly firmer than its competitors, but then what you get in return is really good body control. There's not a lot of lateral motion through the car at all. The new Mini Clubman Cooper SD All4 will average about 58 mpg combined and also emit just 126 grams per kilometre of CO2. The new All4 Mini Clubman is on sale now and you can have it from £24,305 and it comes with plenty of standard kit including the satellite navigation.
Thanks very much for watching and let us know what you think in the comments below. Please subscribe for more on the latest and greatest cars to hit the road. For all of the latest automotive news, written reviews and coverage from motor shows, go to www.insidelane.co.uk.